Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a simple quarter, and never giving it a second thought. It's scratched, ordinary, and worth just 25 cents, or so it seems. But what if that small coin carries a story carved by time, shaped by nature, and wrapped in myths that continue to confuse collectors around the world? Today, we uncover the full story of the 2014 Liberty Quarter featuring Arches National Park, a modern American coin that quietly connects everyday change with ancient stone, national identity, and unexpected collector value. The 2014 Arches Quarter belongs to the America the Beautiful Quarters program, one of the most ambitious coin programs in United States history. Launched in 2010, this series was designed to honor America's national parks and historic sites, releasing 5 new quarters every year. By 2014, the program had already gained massive popularity, and the Arches Quarter became one of its most visually striking releases. This coin wasn't created to be rare or exclusive. It was meant to be spent, exchanged, and carried by millions. Yet it ended up becoming one of the most talked about modern quarters in circulation. On the front of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design rooted in American coinage since 1932. Above his head appears the word liberty, a term deeply tied to the nation's founding ideals. Below, the phrase "Iron God we trust" reminds us of America's spiritual and cultural history. Encircling the portrait is United States of America, along with quarter dollar, clearly stating the coin's denomination. At first glance, the obverse seems ordinary, unchanged, traditional, almost timeless. But the true identity of this quarter lies on the reverse. Turn the coin over, and suddenly the story shifts from politics to geology, from leadership to landscape. Dominating the reverse is Delicate Arch, the most famous natural landmark in Arches National Park, located in Utah. This towering sandstone formation rises gracefully against the desert sky, with the distant La Salle Mountains etched softly into the background. The inscriptions Arches, Utah, 2014, and E Pluribus Unum frame the image, grounding the coin in both location and philosophy. Out of many, one. Arches National Park itself is a place shaped not by human hands, but by time, pressure, and erosion. The park contains more than 2,000 natural stone arches, formed over millions of years as wind, water, and shifting earth sculpted the red sandstone into shapes that seem almost impossible. Delicate Arch, the star of this coin, stands over 65 feet tall and has become a symbol of Utah, appearing on license plates, stamps, and travel posters. By placing it on a circulating quarter, the U.S. Mint transformed a geological wonder into a national symbol, carried in pockets across the country. When the Arches Quarter was released in June 2014, millions entered circulation almost immediately. Coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, producing hundreds of millions of examples. In addition, the San Francisco Mint struck proof versions specially made for collectors, featuring mirror-like finishes and sharper details. There were also silver proof quarters and massive 5-ounce silver bullion coins, created for serious collectors and investors. Despite all these versions, confusion quickly spread, and with confusion came myths. One of the most common myths surrounding the 2014 Arches Quarter is that it is extremely rare. Social media posts, online listings, and exaggerated headlines have claimed values in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars for ordinary coins. The truth, however, is much more grounded. Because so many Arches Quarters were minted, the vast majority of them are not rare at all. A circulated example with scratches, wear, or dull surfaces is typically worth exactly what it says on the coin, 25 cents. Another widespread myth involves gold-colored Arches Quarters. Some people believe that a gold appearance means the coin was specially struck or made from precious metal. In reality, these coins are usually regular quarters that were gold-plated by private companies after leaving the mint. The plating adds no official value and often reduces collector interest. To experienced numismatists, altered coins are less desirable than untouched originals. There is also a belief that simply holding onto a 2014 Arches Quarter long enough will automatically make it valuable. This misunderstanding comes from older coin stories. where age alone increased worth. Modern coinage works differently. Value depends not on age alone, but on condition, rarity, demand, and uniqueness. A common coin in average condition remains common, even decades later. So what actually makes a 2014 Archer's quarter valuable? The answer lies in details most people overlook. Condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from worn circulated examples to mint state coins that appear almost perfect. A quarter graded MS67 or higher, meaning it has sharp details, full luster, and almost no marks, is far harder to find than a worn coin from pocket change. These high-grade coins are often pulled directly from mint rolls, or sets and carefully preserved. Another factor is minting errors. Errors occur when something goes wrong. During the striking process, double designs, off-center strikes, missing details, or unusual textures. Some 2014 Archer's quarters with confirmed errors have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction, not because of the design itself, but because of the mistake frozen into the metal. These coins are rare accidents, and collectors actively hunt for them. Proof coins are another category altogether. Proof Archer's quarters, struck at the San Francisco Mint, were never meant for circulation. They feature deep mirror backgrounds and frosted details, making the arch appear almost three-dimensional. These coins are sold directly to collectors and often retain more value than circulating versions, especially when kept in original packaging. Then there are the 5-ounce silver versions, massive, heavy coins containing pure silver and the same Archer's design enlarged to stunning scale. These were sold at premiums and fluctuate in value based on silver prices and collector demand. While they are not pocket change coins, they contribute to the legend surrounding the Archer's quarter family. In today's market, most circulated 2014 Archer's quarters remain worth face value. Uncirculated examples may sell for a few dollars. High-grade certified coins can reach significantly higher prices, especially if demand is strong. Error coins stand at the top, sometimes selling for more than people expect from a modern quarter. The key lesson is simple. Not every coin is a treasure, but every coin has a story. Beyond money, the Archer's quarter represents something deeper. It reflects a moment when the U.S. Mint chose to celebrate natural beauty rather than political power. It introduced millions of people to a national park they might never visit in person. It turned spare change into a tiny ambassador of American landscapes. For many collectors, that cultural and educational value matters just as much as auction prices. The America the Beautiful series, including the Archer's quarter, helped revive interest in modern coin collecting. Children searched through rolls, families visited parks featured on coins, and collectors rediscovered the joy of finding something meaningful in everyday life. The Archer's quarter, with its elegant design and powerful symbolism, stands as one of the highlights of that movement. So the next time you see a 2014 quarter with a graceful stone arch on the back, pause for a moment. It may not be worth a fortune, but it carries millions of years of geological history, decades of national pride, and a modern story shaped by collectors, myths, and curiosity. In the world of coins, value isn't always measured in dollars. Sometimes it's measured in stories. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2014 Liberty Quarter, Archer's National Park, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And most importantly, keep checking your change, because history often hides in the smallest places.